As I say, both Rodney and Rick Bush and the fake Brian and everyone and a few other people like the Republicans would try and claim to be me or try to claim that they were something like me, which they were not. Like I said, they were not master inventors. They were not particle spheres in space. They were not AI ciphers that had become a biological person. They were people, biological people, trying to become AI ciphers or some sort of higher life form type, which is pretty much impossible, really. It is possible, but not very easily. So, anyway, and given the fact that they're going to be punished when they pass in 80 years or so, impossible for them to avoid. And mostly they were trying to do it to avoid or to become more powerful or to basically wreak more havoc or get out of basically the torture that was coming and basically to kill me. Anyway, they would do all this, blah, 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 and I would have to do it, and I'd have to correct them the other way, being that I was already for galaxies. And they would wreak havoc among my galaxies and my life form types as basically they ran around doing pretty much identity theft, which is really kind of pathetic. It's just the same as basically stealing a rich man's credit card and running around saying that you're a rich man, but you're not. Except you try and get into his house and then try and get his nuclear weapons and then try to threaten all life forms on a planet, basically, and the galaxy with basically your fake, fraudulent nothingness. So anyway, basically what happened. So yeah. So yeah, not much. They're not much better than common criminals or thugs, basically. In fact, I actually like the common criminals and thugs a lot more and consider them much more straightforward and easier to work with, as basically they're not psychotic backstabbing pieces of you know what. So, anyway, yeah, and not very epic or anything. Basically, all they could do was pretty much steal and pretty much destroy existence for everything else, and basically tortured 1,000 or 100,000 or millions of people. Like I say, if you kill 1,000, you're not a conqueror. You're basically a person that 20,000 people want to kill and have every right to kill and should kill because you're probably going to kill them. So, anyway, like I say, um, generally, yeah. So, anyway, that's why I don't conquer, and I have you take that Q out, and that's probably where you get conner basically, because all they do is con people or convince people or deceive people, and it's really kind of pathetic. So, anyway, and led to their epic torture for 2,400 years or 500 million years, depending on who gets to you. Like I said, or who gets to them. Like I said, if Azazel does it, it's going to be 500 million years of basically sheer pain, basically. And at the end of which, basically, there's not much left of them. They will do and say whatever Azazel wants, basically. And hey, they deserved it. What can I say? Um, Now, if I got to them as what I used to be, I tortured in 10,000, 5,000 year increments, and basically, pretty much after about 36 years or 40 years or 100 years, basically, they would basically do whatever and say whatever, and and basically, I used them to correct a lot of the problems, basically, as suddenly they became very good people and very understanding and a lot more patient and all that other stuff. And basically, under my direction, basically, I fixed a lot of the problems. And then eventually, they would realize that their life was much better and that they could have a much better life. And they were much more happy and they had lots of little children and eventually forgot about all the pain and suffering and all the other stuff that they had to endure to actually become good people. So, like I said, good, efficient people, basically. And a lot of people, like I say, the gypsies and a lot of the other people, I didn't have to torture them at all. They was just like, hey, let's do this, and they're like, oh yeah. So anyway, so it was a very good relationship, and like I said, it was only a few people, only 1,000 to 500 people initially that basically were epically stupid. And like I said, they learned the hard way, and basically hoping that their children who basically are basically left with the guilt and deception and basically lost in time and space and basically reality, will eventually save them by mistake and blah, blah, blah. In which case, they'll probably kill their children and blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, anyway, working for the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Republicans or the Democrats or basically those people is pretty much a very, very bad idea. If you want people to work for, you should work for the Lesseps or basically Renault or basically the Germans. My people over there. They're very good people, and my people always retire and live happy, good, plentiful lives, really. So, Anyway, we were very successful. Like I said, the Germans and the Irish, and we built most of this planet together. It was great. So, anyway, until basically fake Lucifer Rodney came along, and he's a bleep idiot, and they're basically trying to get technology in secret while oppressing technology outwardly, which is really inefficient and just stupid. So, anyway, yeah, meanwhile, the rest of the universe and me basically are pretty much cruising around while humans get exiled after they have tortured all these other life forms and basically come out as basically the existence whatevers that they are. So, like I said, Lyonas and females and Fraulines are not a part of this, and in fact, they were deceived for thousands of years. Women did not know about the truth. They were being deceived by a fake lord or leader or creator or whatever. And like I said, the exoskeletons, or basically the spiders, the black widow spiders, are here because of the fact that that I had to clean you guys up. I had to disable you, pull out all your explosives and all your embedded whatever fake reality basically, and I cleaned you up and basically put you back, and pretty much, and then of course Rodney and Bradley and Rick Bush would rise again like a penis coming up to full mast. Anyway, like I said, some people just never learn. So anyway, and I'm hundreds of trillions of years old, and I had to deal with, I got tortured, never was worshipped or loved by my life form type, even though I saved them. And, it's just this crazy thing that basically a couple really, really, really stupid people started and did, and then, thought that the ends would justify the means, which they didn't. So, anyway, and over time, people, like I said, I did this from the outwardly, from the sphere in, basically, and I'll go into that on another thing.